Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of So What's Been Happening. This one is episode 219 and a beautiful Tuesday night, the 26th of May. I don't even know why I'm looking at the date. It's the day before my birthday. I should know. Absolutely should know. No longer 50, turning 51 tomorrow. It's a bit of a trip, but anyway, on to new things and great things. Bryony Drake we get to talk to tonight. So all right, we are going to quickly have a couple of gigs for you to line up to see how your Saturday night in Melbourne goes. The last ever gig for the Miffs sold out. Celebrate the 10th birthday of the Last Chance Rock and Roll Bar, and joined by Super American Eagle and the Dams. So that one's sold out. So try and get a ticket if you can off someone. Tixel, maybe your best spot, or hang around at the door of the front bar. You never know your luck in a big city. And also this one raising money for the Rock Dogs, the supergroup Pie Night. So this is at Northcote Social Club, all-girl lineup, which is unbelievable. When I say all-girl lineup, all-girl front and girls as well. Hot Machine, the greatest Australian all-girl rock machine, get along to that one. Arabella and Heist, who we've had on the show as well, and the Salmon Sisters, plus DJ Mermaid from the Cherry Bar will get your things going for a Saturday night. So get along, get to the Northcote Social Club if you can. If you can't get there and you're in other parts of Australia or the world, try and get along to a music gig this weekend and take a friend along and enjoy the magic that is live music. So tonight we get a chance to catch up with another artist, one I hit up on Instagram and found out a little bit about her journey, and it's an interesting one, a great one, and some original music. So from the life of cruise ships and covers, we're moving into original music. So what an exciting time to release tunes in the big world. So let's bring her up for a chat. Bryony Drake, welcome.
Hello, thank you.
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Most importantly, and thank you for accepting my little invite, inviting you onto the show. So thank you.
No worries. Yeah, thanks for having me.
No problem. And I detect a little accent. So talk to me about how you ended up in the big wide world of Australia. Talk to me a little bit about growing up as a young child, and where'd you grow up?
All right. I grew up in Yorkshire in the UK. It's a little town called Tadcaster. It's like a little brewery town, colder than Cairns. Although actually not at the moment. It's like boiling hot there at the moment, apparently. But yeah, Yorkshire originally.
Never gets cold in Cairns, that's for sure.
You know what? I thought that too, and it got down to 19 degrees last night, and I was freezing. I was like, what's happened to me?
Isn't it funny what you get used to? 19 still incredibly warm, but you're just so used to it. So talk to me about your little journey. How'd you end up in Australia? What brought you here? And you haven't lost any of the accent, so it's obviously what period of time? How'd you end up here?
Well, yeah, it's sort of a long story, but I was working on the cruise ships and stuff for about 7 years. Met my partner. He's from France. And we were kind of just going back and forth between like England and France a lot of the time. And I don't know if I can get like political, but we had like Brexit was a bit of a nightmare. Like,
we can touch on it. Yep.
Okay, so we had like Brexit over there and stuff. So it was quite hard like to go and visit him. You know, I was very limited on the amount of days that I could spend there and stuff like that. And his brother had moved to Australia years ago, about 15 years ago now. And he said, why don't we, try it, move over there, see how it goes. So we've been here about 1.5 years now. We started in Brisbane and then we moved up to Cairns last April.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's how we ended up in this random place.
And a random way we meet is via social media these days, and I can't wait to see one of your gigs up in Cairns. And a quick shout out to my auntie Kathy, who lives in Cairns and really wants to get to one of your gigs. So there you go.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
It's amazing who you can reach these days. And shout out to some of our good friends from Canada jumping on, joining us tonight as well. So we're spreading you wide and out into the big world tonight, Bryony. But
Hello.
the world of cruise ships. How did you end up on that little journey?
Um, it was one of my friends was doing it, and I was about 23 at the time when I started, so I did it for a while. But yeah, I was playing in like pubs and bars and stuff around, like sometimes in the UK and sometimes in Spain, and kind of doing that a lot, and didn't really know what I was doing, or what I wanted to do or anything like that. And I'd recently become single, so I was like, okay, like, what now?
Mm.
And one of my friends suggested, like, why don't you apply for the cruise ships? And I was like, no way. I hate flying, first of all. Like, hate, I didn't even know if I liked boats. I was like, I don't even know if I'm going to want to go on a boat, like, or whatever. So I was like, and I was like, there's no way I'll get it either.
Mm.
But in the end, I don't know, you just sometimes do something. I just did. I just made a video and applied, and then started working with celebrity cruises, and yeah, worked for them for 7 years. So
Beautiful. On a wing and a prayer, just take a risk. That's pretty good advice, isn't it?
yeah, you've just got to sometimes. That's also how I moved to Australia. So
Yep.
sometimes you just got to do stuff.
One thing a cruise will do is take you to all parts of the world. So not a bad little
Mhm.
life. You did it, enjoyed it from, what'd you say, 7 or so years. That's a fair journey.
Yeah, I wanted towards the end of it, I was getting quite tired because you do like 3 shows a day every
Mm,
day.
mm,
And you're usually on board for like 6 or 7 months at a time.
mm.
So it was getting pretty tiring towards the end, but I really felt like by the time I left, I'd seen everywhere I'd kind of wanted to see. Like I got around a fair few places, which was nice. So
I bet you did. And not a bad way to do it. Paid along the way. Well, hopefully paid along the
yeah.
way.
Yeah. It's how I
All
came
right.
to Cairns, actually, was with a cruise ship for the first time.
Were you supposed to get back on, or you just didn't get
No,
back
yeah,
on?
I got back on, yeah. But we did, yeah, like the east coast of Australia with the ship, and that
Yep.
was like another sort of reason why I was like, okay, well, quite liked it up there. Maybe that'll be somewhere to
Mm.
go.
Beautiful. And never got back on. All right. Here we go. Let's play one of your songs. See this one,
All right.
Singapore Sling. Enjoy.
Hi, my name is Bryony Drake, and this is my new song, Singapore Sling, and I hope you like it. Live from the back garden, featuring some birds. Sitting in a cafe in the pouring rain, Singapore sling in my hand, waving goodbye to my family and kiss goodbye to my man. Oh, I've been here before. Can't doing much more. I'll tell you where I'm going. I'll tell you where I've been. I'll speak of exotic places, the things I've seen. Lately I'm feeling older. Think I saw it all before. I guess I could keep going, but it ain't doing me much good no more. Sitting in a cafe in the pouring rain, Singapore sling in my hand. I feel like we're in heaven, get there from 7-Eleven and we walk in the sand. It's you that I adore. Hope you stay for so much more. I think we could come here again sometime. The tides are changing. The times are changing.
There you go, Singapore Sling. We're going to cut a few of these songs short, as I touched on with you backstage, Bryony, just to get through a few more of your songs and leave people hanging a little to jump on and further investigate your music. So Singapore Sling, talk to me about where that kind of came up in your music journey as far as writing.
Yeah, it's one of my newer songs. And again, I was working on a cruise ship. A lot of my songs are like about that whole thing, because obviously it was such a big part of my life.
Yeah.
And when I wrote that one, I was really, really lucky because all my family came and visited me on a cruise. And I had my partner was there, and yeah, my parents were there, and it was amazing. They came for like 3 weeks, and we were going all around like Asia and stuff, and it was really, really cool.
Very
And
nice.
when they left, it was really cool, and it was nice for them to see like what I do and stuff. It was something that they've never really seen before. So, and my dad had just retired, so it was kind of like a good time for them to do it. And they all left the ship on the same day, and we were docked in Singapore. And so we got off the boat together, and then we were having a Singapore sling, and then they all left. And it was just, I remember kind of thinking that was the end of the cruise gig. I just knew it was, because I couldn't do it anymore. It was just like saying goodbye all the time, and especially to my partner. We'd been long distance for 7 months, so it was just like, and it was kind of like, it was just this moment of, actually, you know what, like, I don't want this anymore. It's been great, wonderful, thanks for the memories, but like, it's time to, like, stay with someone and be somewhere. And yeah, stop moving around.
Yeah, call somewhere home for a little while.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah.
What's kind of your biggest learning, you think, on that life of moving all the time? And you're right, saying hello and saying goodbye to a hell of a lot of people on a cruise ship. What's your biggest learning after all those years on a cruise ship?
I don't know, really. I mean, it's funny because there's some people who just stick around, and like you bump into each other along the way. It's a very small world, like you were just saying. Even like moving over here, I've already bumped into people that I know and stuff. It's, and it happens all the time, and like some people will just sort of stay, in your life, and it's great even if you don't see them for a long time. But a lot of those friendships and relationships also, are like very, very transient, temporary things. And it can be kind of like lonely in the end. But the biggest lesson, I don't know. I don't know.
In
Maybe
amongst the
not. Don't
madness,
don't
maybe
drink
in.
don't drink sambuca if you've got to sing the next day.
I bet. Well, good for a couple of friends of mine that are musicians have a shot of black sambuca just before they hit the stage. So
Oh no.
does some wild things to some voices, that's for sure.
Oh.
Yeah, so getting to settle down, that
Mhm.
must be a little different to what you're very much used to, and not just in Cairns, but I'm sure you're hoping to be able to travel a little bit more and get amongst lots of different gigs in different places. But you've had a journey of largely doing covers. That's a pretty cool career. Who's your favorite? Let's talk about your favorite cover. Is there one? Or it depends what mood you're in, I guess.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, I love all the Janis Joplin stuff
Mm.
because it's so fun to sing. You know, you just throw your voice around all over the place. Most of what I've done is like 60s, 70s kind of stuff.
Yep.
Jolene by Dolly Parton is always just a really fun one to do. Anything Led Zeppelin, I play a lot of Led Zeppelin as well. But yeah, I love
Pretty
that 60s, anything 60s kind of stuff. I just love it.
pretty cool mix in there. And was that influence from
Mm.
your parents or friends, or where did that grip you?
Yeah, well, my dad's a musician as well. He used to play all around the like pubs and clubs of Yorkshire and stuff.
Yep.
From being like a very young child, I used to go to his gigs and watch him, and he always played, yeah, like, all the like David Bowie and all the sort of like, yeah, the 70s stuff and, like all that kind of really cool music. So I just grew up on it, I suppose. And then, yeah, I don't know. It's just. I know everyone says it's better, and it sounds so like cliche, but it is just better.
And if I could give you $1 now or a penny to go and put in a jukebox right now, what would
hmm
be that song for you? What's your go-to?
Since I've been loving you by Led Zeppelin, I
Oh yeah,
think.
what a song!
Yeah, I mean it's
Absolutely.
changeable. It can change on
Sure.
the day, but that's got to be the one. Yeah.
That's it for this moment. All right,
How
perfect.
about you? Do you have one?
Um, yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, but not really. I don't really have one. I'm a multi-genre, but like kind of right now, what I'm thinking, it's still
Mm.
U2, Where the Streets Have No Name for me.
Oh yeah.
It's one of those journey songs that just keeps running for me and just keeps hitting
hmm
home. It's a great one.
Yeah, oh, yeah, it's a beautiful song.
All right, we talked about your parents and friends and family in amongst this. Maybe this is where this song came. Let's play this. It's called Driving You Mad. Who knows?
If I'm sick as a dog, then I know that it's got to be all my fault. It's all my fault. I let myself down. No, I won't stay 'cause I'm always awake and I don't know what to do. A joke that's so funny to you, a burden I can't live down. I'm so afraid. I'm so afraid. It's driving me mad. It's driving me mad. It's driving me mad, but I just can't stop. I know I can't see you now, but I love you anyhow. Honey, where are you now? Can't forget you even now. Maybe I never will. I remember walking down the street, my shoes were falling off my feet. The last time I saw you, I always did love to talk, expressing wonderful thoughts. I don't know where it all went wrong. I'm so afraid. I've always got so much to say. It's driving you mad. It's driving you mad. It's driving you mad, but I just can't stop.
There you go. Bryony Drake, what drives you mad right now?
Oh, I don't know. Put me on the spot. It's making me miss my blonde hair. Is that?
Yeah. How long ago did that blonde locks disappear?
Not long ago, only a couple of months ago.
You want
It's
them
just
back
too hard
already?
to maintain. It's too expensive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, all right. What else we got? We got plenty to talk through, which is really nice. What do you think when you talk setbacks? You talk about little journeys and you have these little tough periods and you're indecisive about which moves for you. And that whole thought about putting original music out when you've had a life of playing covers, that must be a pretty pivotal moment and a journey. And why did you finally say, okay, this is it, I want to put this out?
It's one of those things that just always it always becomes oh, when I get off this contract, I'll record something and then put it out. Or, but then it doesn't happen. And then, but when I get back on the ship, I'll have some free time. So I'll do it then, and then, but like, la, 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 and it keeps pushing back and pushing back. And the reality was like, it couldn't really happen. I was never in a place, so I couldn't even go and do the shows to promote the music. I could get away with singing a little bit on cruise ships, but like not much, and it was just one of those things. The covers is a lot of fun, but I'd done it for a long time. Even now, like the cover gigs that I do, I've limited it quite a lot. So now I only do maybe 4 a month at the most. It's not my full-time job anymore. Because the love was just starting to go away after a while, like you can have like the biggest repertoire in the world, but like you're gonna keep repeating after like 7, now more like 10 years. Of course you're just gonna keep repeating and you always get asked for the same songs and stuff. And I realized that maybe for a long time I hadn't really loved music anymore, and I was always sort of saying, oh yeah, I'm going to work, I'm going to work, rather than, oh yeah, I'm playing music, And I just thought like, it's a bit like whatever, but I just think, you're only here for so long, and I would hate the thought of, never releasing the stuff I've written. It would be like really sad to not do that,
Yeah. When you've got a creative mind and you've listened and absorbed so much music, what was it? What kind of pushed you to drive? Obviously, you mentioned the time is kind of now, and it wasn't really scratching that itch that needed to be scratched. What was it? Guitar or lyrics? Where did it kind of first start to inspire you to take that journey?
It's weird because now, after playing for such a long time, I'm like a much better guitarist than I've ever been. For the first time in my life, I would probably consider myself a guitarist as much as a singer. But that didn't used to be the case. I used to just accompany myself, and the singing was always the first and main thing. So definitely the lyrics, all of my favorite songs and stuff, they're the ones that hit me are the ones with the lyrics, that get to you. I think that's, for me, like the most important thing.
All right, we're going to play another song, Black Rabbit. Okay. Talk to me about Black Rabbit. What can you tell me before we hit the button?
Yeah, Black Rabbit's a fun one, actually. This is maybe a little bit more the kind of music I want to do more of, because it's so far removed from like anything I've ever done. I don't even know how I wrote that song, honestly. Like, I was just playing on my iPad with like all these sounds and stuff. There's no guitar in it or anything, and was just playing around. And then I was like, wait, this sounds like pretty cool. And it was so fun, and so enjoyable and so far removed from, what I'm usually doing. It's probably my favorite song, actually, of mine, is this one.
Great. Well, here it is, the experimental Bryony Drake. And this one is Black Rabbit. Some magic comes out of experiments, and this is one. Here it is.
you got in me. I can't get you out. I'm pulling all apart for you. I do it all again for you. Just tell me what you wanna do and give me something I can use. Just tell me that you miss me too, and I'll do what you want me to. Just tell me that you miss me too. The game that you play is calm. Baby, I can play it too. There's blood in the water now, 'cause you did me dirty anyhow. When I'm with you, I don't sleep. I'm dragging myself through the weeks. I wanna be underneath your teeth. I think you got it in me. I'm pulling all apart for you. I do it all again for you. Just tell me what you wanna do and give me something I can use. Just tell me that you miss me too, and I'll do what you want me to. Just tell me that you miss me too. Tell me that you want more. Tell me that I am your little. Please don't ever go away. I promise you this time I'll stay. There is nothing you can do, and I haven't done to myself too. Just tell me that you miss me too. I fall to pieces in your hands. Once again you call me in. I pull the sheets right off my bed. I want you underneath my skin. I think it's in the eye. I think I'm losing my mind. It's not easy, but it's all I do. Tell me that you miss me
Because it's your favorite, I had to play it all the way through. It's a great song. Yeah, I love it. It's really nice, catchy beats. That
Thank
moments of
you.
silence are really kind of special in amongst that as well. Yeah, talk about thrashing that one out a little bit more. You'd like to go down that rabbit hole a little bit more, and pardon the pun for Black Rabbit, but you kind of like to be in that position of experimentation, and I think it's a great clip too. So how important is that kind of journey for you, the artistic component of the visuals for that?
Yeah, I mean, also all of it has been done like very cheap, you
Mm.
know, like the video I did myself. So I was really happy with how it came out.
Yeah, it's great.
Um, And the same with like all my music, because it's always had to be like, first of all, carry around a ball, because it's always moving around. So everything's been recorded like on my iPad. So I was really happy with like what I managed to get out of that. And yeah, it's definitely more what my music's going to be kind of going more towards. Actually, I just bought a MIDI keyboard. It's just sitting on my kitchen table at the moment because I need to buy a cable for it. so I can't do anything with it at the moment. But yeah, that's more the kind of vibe, you know, and yeah, just playing, you know, making music be like a fun thing, you know.
Yep. And have you got an artist that really inspires you in that kind of space?
In that sort of space, not really.
Okay.
No.
There you
No.
go. There was an
I mean,
artist
there's a lot of
saw.
music I like, you know, like I always, you know, I like to just put on like a random playlist sometimes. I don't always know what I'm listening to. I just know if I'm enjoying it or not. But yeah, no, most of my inspiration is yeah, more like guitar kind of based.
Yep. Yeah, great. There was an artist I saw not long ago in Melbourne called Katie Steele from a band she had many years ago called Little Birdie. Check them out and jump on. And Katie's got really very much that feel of that song.
Oh,
So I'd
okay,
be
cool.
very interested in hearing what you think of that little connection.
Definitely.
There you go. Big, powerful voice you've got, but a really nice light and shade that you're able to develop in amongst that. So the reason we want to play kind of so many songs here, because there's a real variance in amongst the stuff you've had and done released as originals in your journey. And then we're going to play a couple of the covers just to finish off. So this one, as it is titled, One of the Good Ones. Let's play this one.
What can I say? If you want to walk away, then why should I try convince you to stay? I don't have much time. I don't even know what it's like to unwind by a sofa and save up for 30 years' time. 'Cause there's so much to look forward to when my fingers start working, my brain still feels blue, when the little beauty I did have just fades out of you. I meant nothing to you, I meant nothing to them too. I keep pouring out love, but all I ever get back is a kick to the stomach and an ache in my bones. All alone, when the sadness comes, won't you help me stay composed? And I don't know if I will ever grow old, but if I do, I hope I have a hand to hold. Despite it all, you were one of the good ones, I suppose. You were one of the good ones, I suppose. Sitting alone in a bar on a Saturday night and drinking a pint that I can't really afford. Onto a glass of wine, I want to call the line, but what line do you call when you really have no one in mind? I'm just desired, never loved, just desired. And when push comes to shove, never loved, and I'm so fucking tired. aching in my bones all alone. When the darkness comes, won't you help me stay composed? And I don't know if I will ever grow old, but if I do, I hope I have a hand to hold. Just might it all, you were one of the good ones, I suppose. Was I one of
There you go, one of the good ones. Jump on YouTube and make sure you check that one out for the rest of Bryony Drake's tunes, and gift that. Kind of get on and send that to a friend, and make sure they get it in there amongst their playlist. So music
Really
these
cheer them
days,
up, boost their day.
that's it. Absolutely. Give them a smile and a share on their socials as well. So it's a tough gig these days. So it always has been, let's face it, unless you're a big artist, to doing it generally for love. If you get paid along the way, it's a bonus. The challenge of putting out your original music now gives a whole nother level of challenges. What do you think you've learnt so far? What's your biggest key takeaway that you can give to an artist who would say, why should I put out my music? And what have you kind of come from that, playing covers, now putting out your original stuff? What do you think your key kind of learnings are that you can impart on someone?
Just don't bother. Just do covers. I know. I mean, it's hard because there's a payoff, when you're doing something like this, where, it feels so fulfilling, and you've taken the time to really look at my music and what I have written, and that's given me a space to talk about it, and, hopefully people, find it interesting, and it's such this is a really cool platform. It's amazing, and it's great in that way that, I think with building connections with other people who are doing similar things and creative things. It is really unfortunate that the music industry is just kind of the way it is right now. And unfortunately, to put music out will almost always cost you more than you'll get back from it. I mean, I'm sure everyone here knows, if they're putting out their music and stuff, if you want anybody to watch the videos, they've got to be filmed well, which means you've got to have the good camera, you've got to have the good music software to record it to a high quality, because everyone can record to a super high quality now. That's already so much investment. And then if you want anyone to see it on Instagram, you've got to do the ads and stuff like that, and you can throw a lot of money at it, and hopefully if you do, then you might get some payoff. But I guess it depends how you define payoff. And then the goal, I think the goal will always move. I don't think you can ever just say oh, I've won that, I've won music, I've done it. It will always keep moving. If you have 5,000 followers, you'll want 10,000. If you can fill a room of 100 people, the next you want to fill a room of 1,000.
So what is it? Is it that feeling, that outpouring of emotion, that ability to tell stories? What is it that's driving you right now, Bryony Drake, to continue that journey, I guess you'd say? Largely unrewarded, let's face it. So we touched on, the costs of Black Rabbit and putting it together. It was low budget, but it looks so great. So it can be done on a minimal budget. So, for an inspiring artist that's out there that's thinking of, but I need, like you said, high quality this and high quality that, you are able to put it out there and just give it in the world and maybe re-record it later.
I think that's it. And sometimes I think you can use it as an excuse for yourself. I think you can you might be apprehensive to put something out. So you say, I'll do it when I can afford to get a really good video done, because then people will watch it. And actually, if the song's good, the song's good, and it'll, and if it catches on, it catches on. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, and like you say, I think people kind of forget you can always re-release things later. Like when I did one of the good ones, it was quite a few years ago. I wasn't really doing much original music at that time. So I'm going to re-release one of the good ones, you know, and it doesn't mean it failed the first time. It just means, you know, I'm going to put the song out there again and let some new people listen to it. So
yeah, there's always a remix, and it can be done in a different feel. And is that kind of what you take out of that you'd like to put a different spin or take on it now?
Well, because that one of the good ones was a perfect example of just something that needed to be said immediately, and just that song wrote itself in about 10 minutes. You know, and I was just sitting at like the keyboard, just like do 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 do, you know. And then the lyrics pretty much wrote themselves. And I think from writing to being uploaded was like 2 days. It was that fast.
Yep.
So that was really, you know, there was no marketing or thinking or whatever. That's why it's just a picture and the song. It was just like, okay, that's ready to go out into the world now. Off you go.
Yep. And it just happens to be one of the good ones in amongst your collection. So it's well written and you know, well put together. So congratulations on what you're doing so far. All right.
Oh, thank you.
We're going to move to raining in. It's a tough one to pronounce, but I worked out because you mentioned it in the lyrics. Concano. There you go.
Concano, yeah.
Talk to me about Concano. Where is it? What is it? Talk to me about it.
It's in Brittany in France.
There you go. Hopefully I'll get there one day, and you've lucky enough to be able to travel to there, I'm sure.
It's beautiful. Yeah, you'll love it. It's beautiful. Nice place.
There's a little capture of it. Take a look at this and also have a listen. Here it is.
I would love to be in Mexico, New Orleans, Toronto, sitting in a bar in Rhodes, soaking up the sun. It's raining in Concano, shows no signs of getting clear, but I know it's where I'm meant to be when I am with you here. If this is how it's meant to be, then it is okay with me. I'll bring my suitcase, all my clothes and my guitar. And if I don't get to keep him, I'm just glad I got to meet him. The rain is really falling, let's just stay indoors, where you are mine and I am yours. I don't mind wasting time. I'm feeling fine, lazing on the sofa, and we watch the day go by, sitting side by side, you making me a drink to try. I never knew it could feel like this again, that I could let you in. It's been hard, but I am winning. I'm your friend and supporter until the end. So proud of who you have become, and you're proud of all my songs. And I do love you, that is true. Oh, how I do. laugh all day and play in pool, or listen to our favorite songs and loudly sing along. Is this how it's meant?
There you go. All right, Bryony. Talk to me about what's the last song that you sang out loudly?
The last song that I sang out loudly.
What are you listening to at the moment?
What am I? I'm doing a lot of gym music at the moment.
Okay, yeah. What's
I'm
the
going to
go-to
Bali in
gym
3
sesh?
weeks, so I'm doing a lot of getting ready for that. Oh, I don't know. I'm liking Sam Fender a lot at the
Yeah,
moment. Well, I've
as
been
you
liking
should.
him for a while, but yeah, I'm
Mm,
listening to a lot of Sam Fender at the moment.
beautiful.
Yeah, and a lot of Madison Beer, which is not
Okay.
really my usual kind of like vibe, but I
Yeah.
just think she's awesome. I just love her, especially if I'm like cleaning the house. I'm listening to her all the time.
Mm. Good cleaning music. You
Yeah.
always want to be known for a cleaning track, do you?
I don't know. It's because the thing is, like, you go to do it, but you have to just put the music. If I go on YouTube and then put the music video, I don't get anything done because I just sit and
Mm,
watch. And I'm just
yep.
like, oh.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But
And then
there's,
obviously my gigs. I finished the last gig on Valerie, obviously. It's always
yep.
Valerie. So that was the
Mm,
last song I sang out loud.
there you go. But
Mm,
not screamed.
not screamed. No.
Great song.
Some of them did, but not me, no.
Yes, and we'll touch on covers a little bit because there's some beauty in your voice on a couple of these covers that we are going to highlight tonight. So, what do you think impact from your music so far? What have you how rewarding has it been to put out some of your original stuff, get it out to people that have
Mm.
enjoyed it and given you positive feedback? And it's a different feeling to playing a song that's someone else's, right?
Yeah, it is. It's so much more rewarding. And I've
Mm,
been lucky enough to do a couple of like originals gigs up in Cairns, which has
yeah.
been lovely. And it's a completely different feeling, you know, when it's your own songs.
Mm,
um and it's been really nice. I've been really lucky. I managed to get down to the Early Beach Festival of Music last year, and perform my songs down there as well. And again, that's, you know, to be in that kind of environment and there amongst all these other musicians who have written their own music, and to be performing yours alongside some of those musicians is like
mm.
a really rewarding and amazing thing. And of course, you know, like a compliment's a compliment, but like a compliment on a song you've written yourself is like a very different thing, and it means a lot more, you know.
Absolutely. And what about those moments when you're playing an original and you feel the silence of the crowd, that they're
Hmm.
really into it and they're really tentative, they're really paying attention and just enjoying being in those special moments? Talk to us about that versus the loud crowd when you're trying to sing covers and you feel like no one's listening.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's a totally different thing. And like you say, the original gigs are usually a lot quieter and a lot more, you know, you're there to listen to music. You're not just there to down 15 beers and scream at the singer on stage. You know? Like you're there to really, you know, take it in and enjoy it. And so it's a really nice feeling. And I've been really lucky to have that a couple of times when I've done some like original gigs up here and stuff. So you know, and obviously it's so appreciated. You know, as an artist, you couldn't ask for anything more.
Yep. And what excites you the most about kind of what you're working on currently or about to work on for the future?
I think maybe less of an attachment to what I've done for a long time, and doing a little bit more of that sort of just experimenting and playing, and it doesn't matter, you know, like there's no pressure. Like I've not got a time constraint on what I'm releasing. There's nobody like behind me saying like get this out by Thursday. So I've got time to just play and enjoy and just, make music something like really enjoyable, and then putting things out kind of as and when. I was having like a lot of pressure on myself to put out an album, and I've had that pressure on myself for about 2 years. And in the end, I just drip released all of my songs because it was just like, it was just so much pressure, and I wasn't enjoying it really, trying to like desperately get something together. So I'm just really looking forward to just playing with music and enjoying it, rather than, it's hard as when it's been a job for so many years as well. It's kind of hard to switch off from that. Like, it's hard to kind of just see it as something to enjoy.
Yep. And there's some moments along your journey where you've put out songs and you've written them at different times. Is that kind of hard then to grab that and try and compile that as an album, or do you feel like you're going to go away and maybe write it as an album?
Sorry,
You're right.
I've had the flu like the whole last week. I think now, for where I am in my life, I would want to be writing the songs rather than compiling them.
Sure. Yep.
Sorry.
Beautifully said. No, that's all right. We're going to give you a chance to get a breather, and we're going to play.
Yeah, perfect. I'll get some more water. I'm still recovering from the flu, so I'm amazed I've made it this far without coughing.
You've done super. And here we go with a song, timely, Sugar Water. Here it is.
All right.
Gary lived on an island, not too far from here. Spent his whole life on the island, 'cause all his friends were near. One more flight, yeah, you can make it just one more time. One last flight, yeah, you can make it, little friend of mine. Just drink the sugar water, drink the sugar water, drink the sugar water. Drink the sugar water, drink the sugar water, drink the sugar water. Gary loved the flowers, Gary loved the sun. I hope that in his time that Gary found the one. One more flight, yeah, you can make it just one more time. One last flight, yeah, you can make it, little friend of mine. Just drink the sugar water, drink the sugar water, drink the sugar water. Drink the sugar water, drink the sugar water, drink the sugar water. Yeah. One more flight, yeah, you can make it just one more time. One last flight, yeah, you can make it, little friend of mine. Just
Talk to us about that journey, Sugar Water. There's some cool lyrics in there amongst that. But one more. It's either one more drink, one more flight. What do you hope for one more for Bryony Drake?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I
Put
don't
you on the
know.
spot.
Yeah, I know. You've got some really good questions, like sticky questions.
Don't overthink it. What's the first thing that comes to your mind? You want one more
I
of?
don't know. I'm going for bottomless brunch on Thursday.
There you go. In
I'll have one
preparation
more
for
there.
Bali. One more
Yeah, no,
cocktail, one more
that's
Singapore
completely the
Sling.
opposite of preparing for Bali, but oh well.
Yeah, perfect. All right. Just before we jump on the world of covers, where can people
Mhm.
catch you next? Where can they come and experience a bit of Bryony Drake, whether it be some covers maybe, or even obviously, more importantly, some original somewhere?
Yeah, everything at the moment is covers. I am looking to put a little show together in
Yep.
Cairns,
Great.
for anyone who's up here.
Sure.
At some point, there'll be more details on that. But in the meantime, I have a little gig circuit all around Cairns where I'm doing most of my covers. And my next one is on Saturday at the Crown Hotel at 6 o'clock. So if you're in
Okay.
Cairns, then yeah.
Beautiful. And a little challenge for you all: Googling Bryony Drake isn't the easiest because it's not the easiest spelling. For the
No.
standard Bryony, it's Bryony for most people that aren't sure of it, and Drake,
Mhm.
Drake. Yeah, absolutely jump on that one. And make sure you check it out, bryonydrakemusic.com, for all the people that can't see the footage here and only listening to the audio version. But the world of covers, that's kind of been and shaped your journey for many
Yeah.
years. I suppose they say it still pays the bills, unfortunately,
Mhm.
but you still capture some of those moments, and you've captured two songs that we're going to touch on tonight absolutely beautifully. One with Songbird, most importantly. Why do you kind of feature that one in amongst where you sit, kind of say in relation to your social media so far?
Mhm.
Got two kind of really main stick out covers for me, but Songbird being such an incredible cover, why was it
Yeah.
important for you to kind of put this little clip in?
I just think it's such a beautiful song, and it's one of my favorites to sing, and it just always has been. I've been performing it for a few years, and there's never a time that I play that and just don't enjoy it so much, because
Yeah.
it's just such a beautiful, beautiful song to play. Like the guitar as well, it's a beautiful song to play, beautiful song to sing, and you can just really express a lot with it. So yeah, I definitely wanted to record that one.
Could that be another Bryony Drake mashup?
Maybe, maybe.
There you go. We'll throw that one in the mix. All right, here it
All
is.
right.
A little bit more traditional, this one with Songbird, the Fleetwood Mac cover. It's a special one. And also covered by Eva Cassidy too. But here it is, Songbird.
For you, there'll be no more crying. For you, sun will be shining, and I feel when I'm with you, it's alright. I know it's alright. To you, I'll give the world. To you, I'll never be cold, 'cause I feel when I'm with you, it's alright. I know it's right. And the songbirds are singing, and they know the sky. And I love you, I love you, I love you, like never before. And I wish you all the love in the world. But most of all, I wish it from myself.
There you go. We're going to leave you hanging a little on that one as well to make sure you jump on. What a beautiful version of that.
Oh, thank you.
That voice is pretty special. The greatest instrument of all, the voice.
Yeah. Yeah, it was yeah, it's such a beautiful song as well. It's so fun to play. Like you can play with your voice so much with that one.
Yeah, great to hear. All right, we're going to play one more cover, probably one of the greatest songs ever written with Tennessee Whiskey. But what do you kind of hope that people? We've had this little chat tonight, and you've been very generous with your time, kicking back on a Tuesday night, discovering your kind of journey. You probably don't sit back and reflect much on where you've been, where you are now.
No, it's
some of the
been
songs
really
you put together.
nice to look, especially some of the clips that you've
Mm.
put on and chosen. It's been really interesting to like see which ones you chose and like to look back at some of those and it's been really nice, nostalgic as well a little bit,
Yeah.
talking about things and stuff, but yeah, it's been really nice.
And how do you feel like you've kind of grown as an artist, looking back on that now and little quickly in reflection? And kind of what do you want people to kind of take away from who this little chat is and who Bryony Drake really is and going to become? What's your takeaways?
I think don't be scared to do covers is like a big thing. If it's like artist wise, you mean. I went to like a music college that was in a little studio kind of thing when I was 18. And out of everybody that I went to college with, like, I mean, almost 15 years ago now, not many of those people are still doing music. Some of them are, but I would say the majority are not. And I think covers is the main reason why I've been able to keep that love of it, and it's never really gone away because I've always been around it and been involved in it in some way. And doing the covers and singing the covers has then helped me to write my own songs because you have that music vibe going on and stuff, and it's very easy to, and I see it now as I also have a full-time job that's not music related. I now can understand how easy it is to just put your guitar in a cupboard and not look at it because you come home and you're tired and you want to make dinner and then you have to shower and then you have to go to bed. So like, yeah, I guess, just do music, whether it's covers or writing or just playing around with something, it doesn't have to be like a success necessarily. It just has to be music in some way or another, I guess. I don't know. Sounded a bit pep talky, but
No, that's exactly beautiful advice. I think don't put it down, don't avoid it, use it. There's a real cathartic, healing kind of nature and an outpouring of emotion. That's really important to be blessed, to be able to play music, to be able to understand music and deliver music to kind of punters and lovers of music like myself. It's a truly special gift. So please don't ever put that guitar away or most importantly, that voice of yours away. I can't wait to hear more. So thank you for joining me tonight. We're going to go out on a cover with Tennessee Whiskey. Why is this one of the most beautiful songs in the world to you?
I just think it's great. I first heard this, it was just before I kind of moved away and I was singing in this bar quite a lot and it always used to come on like on a loop in that bar. It was called Hangovers Bar and we had some crazy nights in there and it was just always playing, always a song that I really enjoyed. And it's so fun to play, as a guitar player, like you can really see yourself improve if you're playing that over the years because more and more you just throw more licks in there and more little things and it's just a song that like I just never get tired of playing. Every time anyone ever asks for Tennessee Whiskey I'm like, yeah, cool, let's do that.
Done. All right.
Done.
Thanks for joining me tonight. Look forward to following you in the future. Hopefully,
Yeah,
I can
you
either get to
too.
Cairns or you can hit the road and see you down in Melbourne eventually.
Yeah,
We'd
definitely.
love
That'd
to
be
have you on this
awesome.
journey. All right.
Yeah,
Catch you
sure.
soon and enjoy the
All
rest of
right.
your week.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for having me on.
All right. Here it is, Tennessee Whiskey, one of the greatest.
I'm gonna finish up with a song by Chris Stapleton. I'm sure you'll know. Very romantic song. We're gonna get romantic now. Used to spend my nights out in a bottle. Liquor was the only love I've ever known. You rescued me for reaching for the bottom. I brought me back from being too far gone. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy. Honey, I stay stoned on your love all the time. I look for love in all the same old places. Found the bottom of the bottle when it's always dry. When you put out your heart, I didn't waste it. 'Cause there's nothing like your love to get me high. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy. Honey, I stay stoned on your love all the time. Yeah.
Get out there and enjoy some Tennessee whiskey or whatever your flavor is. But most importantly, get out there and enjoy some music. See amazing people like Bryony Drake and good artists doing good things, making the world a better place. Thank you for doing what you do. We'll see you out there soon.